Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for joining our next episode of Chai and
Yeah,
Goals.
this week we'll be giving up predictions for game week 36. Just two more game weeks after this. For
And
United fans, the
finally,
league is over.
finally,
Yeah,
but yeah, the league is anyway done.
there are
Though,
few spots for United
yeah,
and Spurs fan. Yes, the league is done,
yeah,
but for fans of say Newcastle, Aston Villa, it's still a thrilling end to the season. And
yep, yep,
since there are two English teams playing in Europa, that means six English teams playing in Champions League next season. Then seventh and eighth going into Europa, and then ninth place is up for grab. Sorry,
right,
yes, ninth place is up for grab, and there's a huge fight between multiple teams for that position.
yep, yep. Next season's Europe is going to be interesting.
Yeah, it will be
So
like we're watching Premier League.
let's let's
Let's
dive in.
start. Yeah,
Yeah, let me share. Okay, so let me know if you see
it's
increase.
popping up.
Yeah, let me increase the size.
Still, I still can't see the spreadsheet.
Oh, can you now?
Nope, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
You want me to share?
No, it's okay. I'll share. I don't know why. Oh, this is better.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's visible.
cool. Okay, let's dive in. So, what do you think about? So, Lokent is not with us today. He is
Is
out.
busy.
He's busy. So he has put in his predictions already. So
Yeah,
we'll talk about these teams with him next week when we review it.
meet for
But
the
today,
review.
what do you think? Fulham Everton.
So, like I mentioned at the start, Fulham is one of the teams vying for that ninth spot. They are in contention. Everton, their form, they were drawing a lot of games. They won against a surprise win against Nottingham Forest in between as well. Uh, but then they've lost after that. So I'll give with Fulham's push for Europa for Conference League, I'll give them a win. So 2-1 to Fulham.
Yeah, I mean, same. This, I mean, any match right now doesn't affect Everton at all.
Yeah.
Uh, Probably, I think they only have one home game, which they would
Mm.
want to win, seeing that it's his last game at
Last home
their
game. Yeah.
legendary stadium. But I think this one, Fulham will be probably pumped. They would want to, like you said, they will want to
Mm.
grab that spot and hope that ninth comes to PL. So yeah, even I'll give 2-0 to
2
Fulham.
nil. Okay. Let's look at the other game now. Ipswich and Lokent has
Ipswich,
1-1
yeah,
for he's going for a draw.
yeah, yeah.
Ipswich and Brentford. So Ipswich we all know is relegated. Brentford again pushing for the European place. And I was talking to my manager today. He was giving me an in-depth analysis of what could possibly cost Brentford
Oh
their
wow.
European spot. And he specifically mentioned it to a match. I believe it was against Bournemouth where they were winning and then they lost up till 90th minute. Then they conceded two goals. Or Brighton, and then they conceded Brighton. It was Brighton in
Right,
November.
right, right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Brentford they had a very good game. At least a good 80 minutes. Then they switched off against United,
Mm.
which allowed United to score two goals and make up for a thrilling last few minutes. But I feel Brentford would be comfortable winners. So 0-2 to Brentford.
Yeah, I think, I mean, again, Brentford, if it is relegated, they literally have nothing to play for. They're low on confidence already.
Yeah,
A lot of players are already been linked with, other teams. Probably will be
especially
going
Liam
out.
Delap.
Delap, yeah, their main guy. So I don't think so. Like they will be even in this match. Uh, I expect more from Brentford, seeing that they want to you know,
Mm.
probably that
They have a
ninth
good
spot.
attacking power.
Yeah, the eighth and ninth spot might go for it might really depend on goal difference.
Mm.
So I would expect them to score more, but I'll also go with 0-2. And the
Mm.
Locanders also went with 1-3, which is like two goal
Yeah.
difference. So yeah,
Okay. A big fixture for City, I'd say. Not for City per se, not a big fixture, but the form that City are in and the form that Arsenal is in, and considering Arsenal are playing a major game, I think City could possibly nick the second place of Arsenal this game week.
wow, wow. As Lokan had predicted like
As
weeks back.
looking at predicted weeks back, yeah. So City has been showing tremendous form over the past few weeks. They have been showing that championship champions form.
Yep, yep.
Uh, so and Kevin De Bruyne last few matches for City, so he would want to prove his mettle. Uh, I'd give like
And
zero.
but like I think Haaland is coming back. He'll possibly
Oh,
start,
okay,
maybe on
big
bench, but
news, yeah,
for sure, yeah. So I think at the right time he's coming back.
yeah. So I'd still give like and Kevin De Bruyne, I've captained him for my game week in FPL. So I'm
Uh,
hoping he scores goals, he puts in a lot of assists. So 0-4 to Man City
wow, that's a big score line.
under my name.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 0-4. Sorry, yeah. Um, yeah,
Or are you going with the same?
I will go with 0-3.
Okay.
Considering Haaland is still probably rusty, De Bruyne is not really in, form, and obviously their target man will be Haaland. Like
Yeah.
that's their tactics. That has been their tactics all along. So, I will just give him one more game to just settle down. But I know he
Mm.
can score like, two easily, two goals.
Yeah.
Haaland probably. So
And
I'll
against a
give.
Southampton team which is deadbeat.
Yeah, which is
I
that.
was
Like, yeah,
hoping that they
exactly.
do something against Leicester, but they were defeated badly.
Yep, yep, yep.
So no hopes from Southampton at all.
At all. Yep, yep. So I'll go with 3-0
Okay.
for City. Yeah.
The next one could be an exciting game.
Yeah. Both the
So
teams are pretty
So
good.
Wolves, not in European contention, but the form that they have been exhibiting, and I believe Vitor Pereira, right, their manager,
Mm-hmm.
he won the Manager of the Month for April, Premier League Manager of
Mm.
the Month.
Okay.
Uh, so they had a run of 6 wins, and then they were finally defeated last game week by a narrow margin, I believe, against City, right?
Yeah,
It
against
was
City
against
1-0.
City,
Yep.
1-0.
One.
And Brighton, as we discussed, 8 and 9 spot are up for grabs for European competition. So Brighton are one of the teams in contention. So both teams would want to go all out. Uh, I'll go. I'll go for a Wolves win, 2-1. Yeah, even
Um,
Loken has predicted a tight
2-all.
encounter.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So even I feel the same. I'll go with Loken's prediction as well.
Mm.
Maybe not 2-2, but maybe either 1-1 is possible
There
too.
will
Like,
be. I believe there will be goal in the game.
yeah.
There will be goals.
Possibly, but Wolves has been really good defensively as well.
Mm.
So has Brighton, recently. So no, I think Brighton lost
Brighton drew
four. Yeah,
against
I think
Newcastle,
they gave
1-1.
away 3-2 to
They
West
won
Ham.
3-2 against West Ham. They won against West Ham and then they
Yeah,
were defeated. So Brighton are scoring
Br-
goals. Like if you look
yeah,
at
yeah.
their last 5 matches, uh, they have scored around seven goals, if I'm not wrong,
7 goals.
or
Yeah,
eight
yeah.
goals.
And they have given away
They've
eight
shipped
goals
a
as
lot
well. Yeah,
more than
they
that.
I think gave away four against Bournemouth. Was it
Oh,
Bournemouth?
Brentford, four against
Yeah,
Brentford,
Brentford.
two
Yep.
against West Ham, two
West
against
Ham.
Crystal Palace, two against Leicester, and then one
Yep,
against
yep,
Newcastle.
yep. So, I think I'll go with 2-2. But
Mm.
yeah, it might be a tight game, maybe, but a good game. I'm expecting.
Yeah,
So,
this one next is
Bournemouth.
a saucy fixture as well.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, how many times have we ever called Bournemouth versus Aston Villa a saucy fixture?
Well, if you look at the Premier League table, right, the two teams which you would expect to be amongst the European contentions, they are totally out of it.
Yep, yep, yep.
We can also say that about West Ham. A couple of years back they won the Conference League.
Mm,
Then their form dropped off, and they are also in the struggling part of the table
but
with
yep, yep.
United and Spurs. But yeah, Aston Villa. I'm again going with my gut instinct. I've been saying this for a long time. I know they're 3 points off, but Aston Villa could qualify for UCL.
Mm,
Uh, I see Unai Emery's magic working. If they drop points in this match, then it's over for them. Their UCL hopes are over. They comfortably get into Europa, but their UCL hopes are over.
mm,
So I'd go for uh, 1-3 to Aston Villa.
right. Okay. I'm expecting this to be a draw.
Mhm.
Both teams have something to lose.
Yeah.
Bournemouth obviously will not want to lose this match at this stage, and
Mhm.
depend on the last two matches, and hope that Brentford or they will screw up.
Yeah.
Same goes with Villa. Villa will want to go back to that UCL spot, which they were like, for the majority of
Mhm.
the season, it looked like they were going for, top four, or they would comfortably be there. But things happen. Same with Forest as well. So
Mhm.
I think I'll go with 2-2. I'll go with a
So one
draw.
thing about Bournemouth, right? They are undefeated in the last five Premier League games, and those games have included United and Arsenal. They won against Arsenal last time out,
Yep.
and they drew
Uh,
against United
1-1. Yep. Yep.
1-1. Oil
Yep.
and goal
Yep.
at the end.
Yep. Yep. I think 10 men that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
They got a red card, I believe. Yeah.
they had a
So
red card. Yes.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I'm expecting them to fight. And I do expect Aston Villa to fight as well.
Mhm.
Okay, let's move on. Chelsea.
Yeah. A big game, a big fixture for this game week.
Yep, yep, yep.
We would
I
have
think
ideally
biggest.
be called Liverpool and Arsenal, but then that's a
Yeah,
deadbeat. Uh, so
for
Newcastle,
one
Chelsea.
team. For one team.
Arsenal season is done and dusted as well. Like only thing that they can hold on to is the second spot, and that too they look like slipping down.
Yep, yep, yep. Uh, what do you think? Newcastle, Chelsea.
So Chelsea off late has been playing well. Like I would have, like if it would have been a month back, I would have given it a straight win to uh, Newcastle. But
Hmm.
Chelsea's last few matches, right, be it in European competition or in Premier League, they are winning by close margins. They won comprehensively against Liverpool, but then the match did not matter at all for Liverpool.
Hmm.
Uh, then they won 1-0 against Everton as well. They won 1-2 against Fulham. I believe it was a late goal by Pedro Neto in that game.
Pedro. Yep,
So
yep,
Chelsea have been scraping results. They have been getting those, and I'm not being disrespectful towards Chelsea at all. By scraping, I mean 3 points are vital, however you get it.
yep.
Uh, but they have that knack where they are grinding out results in their favor. So I'd go and both teams again, Chelsea and Newcastle, both in contention for European Champions League place. Let me just check Newcastle's form of late. So they drew against Brighton and they were totally, I feel they were not deserving that point against Brighton. Brighton played much better.
Hmm.
Uh, they were trashed by Aston Villa 4-1, which was a shock result. Uh, but other than that, they won convincingly against United 4-1. They won 5-0 against Crystal Palace and then 3-0 against Ipswich.
Yep.
There are there are going to be goals in this game. I'd give just because Newcastle are playing at home, I'd give them an advantage. Chelsea's unbeaten run could be ending here, and I see like a 3-2 victory to Newcastle. I'm going for high scoring games actually.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, absolutely. I think other than that Villa blip for Newcastle,
Mhm.
they are incredible. They have in incredible forms the whole
Yeah.
April. I think after defeating uh, Pool in EFL, I think they
Mhm.
have caught up the form just at 1-4-1, which nobody
Yeah.
expected. Even Villa didn't expect it. So other than that, I think they're in great form. Even Brighton game, they were not really bad. It's just that Brighton being a home team, and they were playing different. But I think Newcastle had their chances which they missed,
Mhm.
and like they were just I think it was like a penalty in 90th minute or something, if I'm not wrong. which they just managed to get with against Brighton. So
One thing, one thing like sorry to interrupt, but
yeah,
Chelsea are in the finals of Conference League.
Conference League. Yep.
Do you think they'd rest their players, or do you think they would want to go all out here for UCL?
I think they will rest their players because in the end, a trophy is a trophy.
Mhm.
Um, and the opposition is not like some beer named Hogarden. It's
Mhm.
the goat himself. So, uh,
Yeah.
in the final, so I think they will go for a trophy. I would always prefer having a trophy over, finishing in top four and
But
getting
then
UCL
top
because
four would get you more revenue, more transfer
it's not
budget.
yeah it's not much of a difference. I think it's like 130 million for UCL and 100 million or something for
Europa.
Europa. I think it's not much of a difference. Having Europe really gives you that transfer budget, but I think you know winning that trophy, gaining that confidence, even
So
for the
one thing
manager.
to that point, Chelsea are anyways competing in Europa, irrespective, because they are
Yep,
in such a better position. They are getting Europa. Winning the Conference League will get them Europa.
yep.
Uh, do you like that? That's the reason I think they would want to go in with their players. That extra 30 million
Except,
push.
uh, possibly, but I still think Maresca's season, even if he finishes in top four, I think he still has lost the respect of fans, the board. I mean, board is crazy, but yeah. Uh, so I think he will want to prove them with
Mhm.
winning a trophy. And conferences league is no small trophy. Like it's a European trophy after all. They'll be
Yeah.
completing their trophy cabinet with that one if they win it. So
Haven't they won conference before?
no conference. I think first one was like
Oh yeah,
la,
they haven't. They haven't.
the first one was West Ham. I think
West Ham.
last
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Last to
last
last
year.
year.
Yeah, last to last year. So I think I still think and I totally get it. Even,
Mm.
I would prefer winning one trophy rather than facing top four or top five.
Right.
So I think uh, but this match I'll still give it to Newcastle. I think it will be
Mm.
3-1. I'm giving, I'm hoping they score more, but I'm
You're
also hoping
going with
that
low game.
probably, yeah. So I also think Chelsea might not be able to score that much because as you said, they're just scraping in like one goal late winners, like that. So I think it will be a
So
Newcastle
I was just
bashing.
checking. So Roma were the first winners of AS Roma were the first winners of
Oh
Conference League.
yes, Roma and then West Ham,
West Ham, and then last year, let me check who it was. Olympiacos.
Olympiacos. Yes, 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 that's right. Yep, yep. So and how
So
much revenue
surprisingly,
does?
League's final is later than Champions. So Europa League.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's on
I just
20
didn't
games.
understand, man. Like how can you keep a final on a weekday? Come on. Like
That's
it's a
what they've been doing for the conference and the conference leagues and the Europa leagues for a long time.
yeah, but that's the thing. Like they are in the end they are a cup final and that to
Yeah,
European Cup final. It's not like some, you know, charity shield. But
yeah, the only trophy
you
that
know.
Arsenal can boast of.
So yeah, I think it will be interesting game though. Let's
Yeah,
see what Maresca does. Next up,
a
uh,
deadbeat fixture.
Deadbeat. Yep, yep. I
Both
don't think
teams
so.
are in pathetic form in the league. West Ham not doing any wonders, United not doing any wonders. The only positive thing about United is their midweek performance. Like Mason Mount, I feel like he in the last week he has scored 3 goals,
Hmm.
and I believe he made an assist as well. Uh, so Mason Mount has been playing good. Ahmad, the way he's dribbling after he's come back from the injury, like even if you look at both the games, right? Ahmad did not start the game against Brentford, nor did he start against Bilbao this game week in midweek.
Hmm.
But the impact that he had after coming on, like he's gliding with the ball, and that's really good sight to see as a United fan.
Yep. Yep.
So he's been like I wish his injury would not be there. We would have still managed to be in the contention for the European spots through normal league position.
Hmm.
Because after his injury, the weight of the team was entirely on Bruno's shoulder. He did good, but then there were other areas where we were suffering majorly, silly goals, especially the goalkeeping
Yep.
part.
Yep. Yep.
Uh,
Yep.
so good to see United players, at least a couple of them coming back. Luke Shaw, he looked solid after a horrendous performance against Brentford. So in the last game when he came back, he looked solid. Yoro was playing with good confidence on the ball. Like he was his the runs that he was making. He made an assist for Mount's goal, the first goal that United scored, where he went into the opposition's penalty box and he scored. And then again, he was there when Hoyland scored as well. So Ahmad crossed the ball into, like, he took the ball to the byline, not the byline, actually the goal line. Then he
Hmm.
crossed it back. Euro was there. Before Hoyland, Euro was there. Hoyland was there in front of the goal, but Euro was there.
So before, yep. Yep.
And all United were already like winning 2-1 at that point. And overall, if you go to see the match, they were winning 5-1 at that point. But it's good to see Euro gaining confidence. Like I believe he's been getting better over the weeks.
Yep.
So
Yep.
initially he looked shaky. Then we saw what Tyler Dibbling did to him. After which Tyler Dibbling's value rose to 100 million. Uh, but then after that, and we had pointed it out before as well, like Yoro is looking like a good defender. Obviously, he's young. There are mistakes in him.
Yep.
I'm not
Yep.
saying he's flawless, but it's good to see him gain that confidence, and possibly turn out to be a very good defender for United later.
Possibly, yes. I think he has a lot to learn.
Mm.
But the way he has played, at least this season, you know, the composure that he has shown,
Yeah.
especially after not being so good, at start when he
Mm.
started when we really started the season, and when he started getting game time regularly.
Mhm.
I think he has shown really good composure, like a
And he's
really
just
well
19. We are
settled, yeah,
forgetting he's
exactly,
really
like well
young.
settled 24, 25-year-old,
Yeah.
like defender. So I think I'm pretty much impressed with how he has performed, and I'll be excited. He'll be an exciting player to watch, at least if he stays
Yeah.
fit. You know, I hope he stays fit.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
as for
so
this
United.
match, I'll
Yeah.
give United home. West Ham are not doing well. I'll give a 2-1 win to United.
Mm. Uh,
And United would rest players. Like we've been talking about Chelsea resting
yeah,
players. United
yeah.
did that
I
against
think
Brentford.
United. Yep, yep. United did that against Brentford, and despite not having Bruno, we scored like 3 goals, which is,
Yeah.
I feel that that match was like that was the amazing thing in that match. We
Yeah.
lost, but we still managed to score three. Even though we were losing, we went all out to score more goals. We were trying. That kind of thirst, uh, I've seen in United since last, like I
And
haven't seen since last 6 months, 7
yeah,
months.
and the thirst that you're talking about, right? Like if you look at the game against Bilbao, United were like they could have just won, like drawn the game
Drawn
just
the
to
game.
maintain their unbeaten streak in Europe
Unbit-
and
Yep,
sit
yep.
back and invite the
Exactly.
opposition team to
Exactly
attack
that.
and just defend it out. But United
Yep,
went out attacking after that. They weren't
yep,
stopping. They were playing with the swagger that I've barely seen them play this season.
yep, yep, yep.
So it was
Exactly.
good. It was kind of exciting to see, and there was some hairdryer treatment, I believe, in the halftime, where you could
Yeah,
see
people.
Amorim's knuckles. They were
Knuckles.
like in
Yeah.
perfect condition before, and then after the game when they saw it, they were all
Yeah.
swollen and they were bruise
Well,
marks.
they were saying that he broke the TV, and like SJR will definitely take it
Yeah,
out of
cut it
his
from his
money.
salary. Yeah,
So
but then again, like it's good to see United play with a little swagger after
yep,
the season
yep,
that we've
yep,
had.
yep, yep. really. For this, I will go with 3-1 to United.
Okay.
Uh, I will hope Ahmad, Menu, they need game time to come back. They just came back from
I would also want to
injury.
see more game time given to someone like Chido Obi Martin.
Obi, yes, that's what. So he was, I mean, it was his really first start
Hmm.
against Brentford, but I think he will get some time.
Yeah.
Possibly, Hoyland will come off the bench around 60 to get that confidence because he scored 2 goals recently, but
Mm.
both were like tap-ins, really.
Tap-ins. Yeah.
He was just there. The goal
Yeah.
against
The
Bilbao was,
goals
it
weren't
was just,
convincing.
yeah,
The goal
it was
wasn't
just a fluke.
convincing.
Like, it really came, he just managed to move his leg like for two
Yeah.
inches and it went in. So,
It was
um,
such a wobbly goal, even though he was so close to the goal
yep, yep,
line.
yep. Like his reflexes were, you could see like his reflexes were not on point. Like as the
Yeah.
ball came in, he literally just moved like 1 or 2 inches and it basically the ball went in. So he would want more confidence, and I think he will get some time. Obi will get some time.
Yeah.
Ahmad, So I'm hoping we score goals. And like you said, West Ham is not really in great form recently, and this fixture doesn't really affect anyone. Nobody's getting relegated.
Yeah.
Nobody's going above 13. So I think we'll just rest few players and try to get some confidence back.
Forest
Okay.
versus Leicester. So this one game is where Forest can assure themselves of 3 points.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
So, Leicester deadbeat out. Good to see Vardy score that one goal before he goes off Leicester. I'd give like a 3-1 win to Forest easy, or 3-0 actually.
Oh, 3-0. Okay. Yeah, possibly. Leicester, even though they won, their last game, but still it was against Southampton. So I don't see them getting that confidence back. And Forest, of course, has to, get back their form.
Yeah.
Like, like just like Villa, they were also in top four, and recently they slipped down. So
Yeah,
I think,
they've just won that one game against Tottenham amongst their past 5 Premier League games.
yep, yep, yep.
And they're
That's
out
right.
of FA Cup too. So the only thing that they can fight for is the UCL place.
UCL place. That's right. So I think I'll go with 2-0 for Forest.
Hmm.
Just to make sure that they stay in top four contention, or top five. So Spurs, what do you think?
I see a Crystal Palace victory. Spurs would want to rest their players. Crystal Palace, though they are not probably like a little far off from the European places, but they still have a slight chance. They're not mathematically out of it. The eighth place would be the last team. Like ninth place, I don't think ninth place would get to you into the European contention. Bournemouth is at eighth, with 53 points.
Hmm.
So, and Crystal Palace, I believe, are at 46.
46. Yep.
So mathematically, they're still in contention. And they're playing final of FA Cup as well, right? Crystal Palace
Yes, against City. Yes,
City.
that's right.
So they
Yep.
have that shot at Europe too.
Yep. Yep.
So that's the reason I'm going for a Crystal Palace win. Maybe 1-0 to Palace.
Hmm. Uh, I will go with a draw here. I think their FA Cup is what, next week, probably.
FA Cup,
Uh,
is it next week?
yeah, I think so.
Oh
When
yes,
is it?
it's next weekend.
Oh, yes, 17th,
17.
right. So, uh, I think Spurs will not rest everyone, like not rest their first team at least. They will want to keep that tempo going.
Mhm.
It's literally 10 days, for the Europa. So,
Yeah.
uh, I think they will still want to play them, make sure that there are no injuries, but they would want to keep that winning thing going. Palace, on the other hand, I feel they will not look at like finishing eighth, you know. They
A
would
little
rather,
far-fetched. Yeah.
yeah, it's far-fetched. They would have to rely on the top, basically from 8, 9, 10, 11 they,
Mm,
to lose points as well. So I think they will go all out for FA Cup
mm,
to get that spot. Rather, that is possible, I would say. City, on the other hand, next week I think Haaland being back. I think um, they will still want to go for UCL and
mm,
FA Cup if possible. So I think Crystal Palace will go all out for it. But I think that
mm.
this one will be draw, considering that both teams will want to you know have that confidence going next week or like next 10 days in. Then the biggest one.
Well, a drab one for now. After Liverpool like finishing comfortably at the top of the title, they are just there to enjoy now. I
Yes,
still hope
enjoy and
ours.
getting the guard of honor
Yeah, Arteta
from the
Arteta has been making some crazy statement. But one good thing he said was Liverpool have played well through the season, and they should we will give them the guard of honor because they deserve it. Other than
yeah,
that, he's been making absurd statements.
yep, yep, yep.
Uh, and so has Arsene Wenger, where he
Oh,
was
is it?
questioning. Yeah, so Arsene Wenger he mentioned that how come a Europa League winner gets a Champions League position? He should get a Europa League position.
Oh, man. Come on.
That's just a fox crying
I mean that
the grapes are sour.
exactly. That's like uh, exactly like
Yeah,
you
no, he
didn't win it,
never
so
raced. He
yeah.
never
He
won
if
it.
had he won it, he would have been happy to get into UCL like that. So
Yeah,
finishing 10th
and
and then
the
winning
thing
it.
is, like, if you had such a problem, there have been other teams who have won Europa League and went on to play in Champions League. Like, raise your points then. Only because United and Spurs are playing it. I know they
Plus,
have
yeah,
been pathetic in the league, but then they have played that well in Europe to make sure that they are in the finals, right? United
yep,
has got tougher opponents in on the European stage.
yep,
We've
yep,
played
yep.
like a couple of Spanish teams who have been our bane for a long time, and we've convincingly won against them. They
Mm,
have shown fight against Leon as well,
yep, 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 yep.
in the
Absolutely.
quarterfinals. So yeah, it's like I don't understand why.
I think he's just it's just salty for him to see one of his rivals, like one City rival and one of his like bane of his
Yeah,
existence for the longest time, winning a European trophy, which he
yeah,
was definitely denied, like when he was the manager. So I think he's just salty.
yeah.
But
I'm happy that Arsenal not in the UCL final.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too, me too.
Okay, so
So what?
I'll go for a draw. I'll go for a 2-2 draw like a Luke. Like I don't want Arsenal to win this. And I don't think Liverpool would want to lose at their home.
Yes. I will go with Liverpool win because getting the guard of honor in front of your crowd, against Arsenal, it's like a different thing. So I think I'll go with a 2-1 victory for Liverpool, considering their home and Arsenal really, uh, when it really matters, they give away
Mm.
points. You know, uh, and now I'm seeing why Loken always says that City might just be second. So I'm getting that feeling now that there might be a chance for City.
So Arsenal in the last 5 games, they have just won one game against Ipswich.
Oh man.
They've drawn against
Oh
Crystal
man.
Palace. They've drawn against.
Really
They've
bad.
lost to PSG. They've lost to Bournemouth and then lost to PSG again. And before that, they dropped points against Brentford. They dropped points against Everton. Yeah,
Wow.
so quite a few draws and defeats in
Yeah,
there for
yeah.
them.
I don't think so. They are in really right set of mind right now.
Mhm.
Um, but
Especially Arteta.
yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, that
That's our
concludes
prediction.
our Game Week 36 predictions.
Yeah,
Do give your predictions in comments. We'd like to know. We'd like to tally, and let's see
yeah.
who gets the most points. But yeah, I mean, apart from the title, I think it's a really interesting season for so many teams.
Mhm.
This time, so it has hardly ever been like that.